In time immemorial, shrouded in the mist of the past, an event as intriguing as it was mysterious unfolded. Allow me to transport you to that distant time where the night enveloped everything in its dark, starry cloak, and where the unknown lurked in every shadow. A group of travelers, brave men and women mounted on their horses, faced a steep mountain, challenging the limits of nature and destiny. Under the nighttime veil, a voice echoed from the heavens, soft as a breeze yet laden with meaning. Dismount from your horses, gather stones, and fill your bags. Continue the journey, and at dawn you shall know the duality of happiness and sorrow. Some, driven by curiosity or faith in the celestial message, dismounted without hesitation. Others, more skeptical or fearful of the unknown, remained steadfast in their saddles. The collection of stones varied according to each traveler's nature. Some gathered eagerly, fearing scarcity, while others limited themselves to a few, confident in tomorrow's promise. With the first rays of sun, the truth was revealed. The travelers' hearts swayed between euphoria and melancholy. The dawn light bathed the stones in their bags, transforming them into gleaming diamonds. Joy shone in their eyes, but the shadow of missed opportunity hung over them. And now, here we are, united by this transcendent narrative. I, a mere storyteller, and you, an explorer in search of meaning and inspiration. At the end of this journey, I hope you experience the same duality of emotions. May you feel happy to carry some diamonds with you, and sad for perhaps not having gathered more. 2 new videos are published every day, so as not to miss out on valuable knowledge for your success. I strongly advise you to subscribe to this humble channel. Feel free to like this video and leave a comment, thus helping to spread this content. Now let us continue with the main theme. So let us establish a silent pact to turn these moments into something special. Disconnect from the outside world and immerse yourself deeply in this shared narrative. Let the promise of limitless possibilities illuminate the path ahead. I accept the challenge with enthusiasm because in moments of reflection we find the opportunity to revisit the golden pages of our lives, those that shaped our destinies and brought us to this present moment. Allow me then to guide you through an exercise of introspection, where together we will delve into the deepest recesses of memory in search of the 3 most significant moments, the pillars that sustain our earthly existence. Pierre Teilhard de Chardin wisely reminds us that we are spiritual beings experiencing the human experience, and it is in this duality that the challenges and blessings of our journey reside. From the first breath that filled our lungs to the victories and defeats that tested our resilience, we are shaped by the tides of life. Life, this great roller coaster of emotions, blesses us with moments of ecstasy and challenges, an incessant dance between light and shadow. It is in this dance that we find the essence of our humanity, the promise of renewal and transformation that each day offers us. Now let us return to the proposed challenge. 3 moments echo like symphonies in our hearts, like guiding stars in our inner skies. The first, perhaps, is the birth of a child, that sublime moment when the universe expands to welcome a new life, a new story unfolding before our awestruck eyes. The second, maybe, is the encounter with the love of our life, that magical instant when destiny intertwines our paths, guiding us through a labyrinth of encounters and missed connections to the arms of one who completes our soul, who makes us feel at home even when we are far away. And finally, the third moment, perhaps, is when we find ourselves at a crossroads, where the choices we make shape the course of our destinies. A moment of epiphany, of personal or professional realization, where we realize that we are the architects of our own dreams, the masters of our own destinies. Amidst these significant moments, we find miracles disguised as coincidences, the small blessings that permeate our daily lives. Like the fortuitous encounter in the supermarket that gifts us with a revolutionary idea, or the casual conversation that leads us to unexpected discoveries. As Henry Ford said, "Whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right." It is the unwavering belief in the power of our dreams that propels us forward, allowing us to turn obstacles into opportunities and dreams into reality. Life, like a delicious cake, requires a careful blend of ingredients to achieve fullness. Among these essential elements, I highlight the ability to communicate and dialogue as one of the fundamental pillars. However, before we delve into that universe of interactions, allow me to emphasize the first primary ingredient: self-respect. Yes, first and foremost, it's necessary to cultivate a deep self-love, a positive self-image, and a sense of personal worth. As you rightly said, we cannot offer to the world what we do not possess. Love for others, shared intelligence, and the ability to communicate stem from our relationship with ourselves. Therefore, the journey begins internally, in the solid construction of self-esteem and self-development. And here lies the beauty of this journey. Self-esteem, far from being an unchangeable given, is a continuous construction, shaped by the language we employ when speaking to ourselves. We are beings in constant transformation, capable of transcending our circumstances and recreating our reality. This is empowering. It's liberating. However, to embrace this transformation, it's essential to recognize the power of communication. As you mentioned, we live in an era where knowledge is the most valuable currency. And this wealth only gains meaning when shared, when exchanged among minds eager for learning. Communication, therefore, is not just a means of expression, but rather the essence of our evolution as human beings. It's through dialogue, the exchange of ideas and perspectives, that we build bridges between individuals and cultures, that we learn from each other and grow together. For the youth facing this challenge, understanding the importance of communication is embracing the key to success, both personally and professionally. It's recognizing that the ability to express oneself clearly and empathetically is an indispensable tool in the contemporary world, where human connection is more vital than ever. It's true, nobody ever wished for an extra challenge just to spice up life, did they? It's like someone desiring a storm amidst a sunny sky. However, it's undeniable that the difficulties we face are the forges that shape us, the steep trails that lead us to the peak of our own evolution. Just like the mountaineer venturing up a mountain, we face life's obstacles with determination and courage, knowing that each step strengthens us and brings us closer to our goal. Young ones, you will experience this on your journey. You will achieve your goals, graduate from university, find jobs, get promoted, maybe even start your own ventures. These are natural milestones in the journey of life. However, let me highlight a fundamental ingredient in this journey: dialogue. The ability to communicate, to express ideas, to understand the other. Allow me to introduce you to an innovative concept of dialogue that I've developed, something that can change your perspective. Let's go. Imagine I give you 3 pearls right now. You would probably keep them, right? A week later, I give you 1 more, and after 15 days, the 3rd and last pearl. If we meet again in 6 months and I ask about the pearls, you'd probably respond with something like, the first one got lost, the second one was forgotten, and the third one is kept, but I don't know where. Have you ever hidden something so well that you ended up forgetting where? Now imagine if instead of just receiving the pearls, I also gave you a nylon thread and instructions to make a necklace with them. If we met after 6 months, you would know where the pearls are, transformed into something tangible, a necklace. That, my friends, is a metaphor for ideas. Many people have good ideas, but without a plan to execute them, these ideas can be lost in time or even cause harm. That's why having a model, a solid plan, is crucial. No matter where we are in the world, whether in Sao Paulo, Tokyo, New York, or Manila, a good business model is the key to success in business. It's like having a map to navigate the turbulent waters of entrepreneurship, ensuring that our ideas turn into concrete achievements. So, my friends, always remember, more important than the idea itself is the plan to execute it. Let's dive headfirst into building this dialogue model. It's essential to understand that communication unfolds on 3 distinct levels: mouth-ear, brain-brain, and heart-heart. But before we proceed, it's crucial to establish a clear distinction between hearing and listening. Well, we hear with our ears, but it's in the act of listening that we truly connect, using the brain to understand and absorb the messages being conveyed. Who hasn't experienced ordering something at a restaurant and receiving something completely different? That's a clear example of operating at level 1, where the message is misunderstood or simply ignored. At this stage, no promotion is achieved, no relationship is truly established, as life requires more than just absorbing information. It demands competence to act. Imagine yourself about to board a flight to New York and finding out that the pilot never took flying lessons but read many books on the subject. Surely this would shake your confidence in the pilot's ability to safely take you to your destination. Similarly, in life, it's the competence to act that determines our success, not just the theoretical knowledge acquired. Wandering the streets of our city, it's easy to find examples of bright students who get lost in adulthood, as well as average individuals who transform into exemplary entrepreneurs. The difference lies in the ability to engage with the world, to understand the nuances of society, and to apply that knowledge in practice. Thus, we embark now on the journey of building our dialogue model, starting with level 1, mouth or ear, where the message is transmitted and received. Then we move on to level 2, brain, where understanding and assimilation of information occur. Finally, we reach level 3, heart, where genuine connections are established and relationships deepen. However, it's important to emphasize that we can only reach people's hearts by passing through their brains. True empathy doesn't arise from a rational decision to like someone, but from a deep understanding of their experiences, difficulties, and motivations. Only when we are truly willing to listen can we establish genuine dialogue where our words resonate with meaning and impact. A father may spend years lecturing his son unsuccessfully simply because his words don't reach the young man's heart. When we speak without truly listening, we're not dialoguing, we're just monologuing. And as the saying goes, actions speak louder than words. Therefore, may this dialogue model not only empower us to convey messages, but also inspire us to listen with empathy and truly understand the hearts of those we relate to. Educating a child goes far beyond words and lectures. It's mainly about providing living examples. Imagine a 45-year-old father conversing with his 15-year-old teenage son. The age difference isn't just numerical, but of experiences and perspectives. The father, having lived through adolescence, needs to meet his son at his level, understanding his concerns and interests. This idea extends beyond the family relationship, permeating all human interactions. In communication, just like in a shop, it's essential to adapt to the target audience. Offering sophisticated products to customers seeking practicality is futile, just as presenting a discourse that doesn't resonate with the interlocutor's needs and desires is ineffective. It's like decorating a shop window. If the decoration doesn't reflect the tastes and expectations of the customers, there's a risk of driving them away. The same principle applies to dialogue. We must put ourselves in the other person's shoes, seeking to understand what they would like to hear and how they would like to be approached. The saying, "Do unto others as you would have them do unto you," proves especially relevant in this context. Just as we wouldn't serve our favorite dish to a guest without considering their preferences, in communication, we should start by understanding what the other person wants to hear before expressing our own ideas. An illustrative story is that of a businessman who organized a party at a pizza place for his twin brother, whom he hadn't seen in years. However, he forgot a crucial detail. His brother hated pizza. The gesture, though well-intentioned, didn't consider the brother's preferences, resulting in discomfort and discontent. This leads us to reflect on how often we speak without truly listening. Communication becomes one-sided because there's no reciprocity or mutual understanding. For there to be true dialogue, it's necessary to offer a captivating and relevant message capable of arousing interest and engagement in the other person. When communicating, we must remember that our ears are on the same level, ready to receive and respond. Only when we strive to understand and adapt to the other person's needs can we establish genuine and meaningful dialogue, where both voices are heard and valued. The art of dialogue goes beyond words. It's the ability to convey ideas in an engaging and understandable manner, as Jesus did when telling his parables. He understood that stories were bridges to connect complex concepts with the minds of simple people. One of these stories, carrying a profound lesson, is that of the ship with a broken engine. Imagine yourself aboard that ship, in the middle of the ocean, with a valuable cargo of gold but stalled due to an engine failure. The best professionals are called in to fix the problem. First, the local mechanic, then the renowned engineer, and finally, the creator of the engine. Each sends their invoice, but it's the third one, with his simple hammer blow, who charges the highest amount. The moral of the story lies in the value of knowledge. It's not just the physical act of striking with a hammer, but the wisdom of knowing where and how to apply it. Just as the third worker justified his invoice, true masters of dialogue know that the real value lies in a deep understanding of the subject and the ability to convey it in an accessible way. By sharing this story, I'm preparing your mind to understand the importance of knowledge in various situations. If, later on, someone presents themselves as a consultant, and you notice that their price is high, you'll understand that this person is charging for their experience and ability to solve problems efficiently. The use of metaphors and stories is not exclusive to religious leaders. Politicians and professionals from various fields also employ this technique to win hearts and minds. When we tell a story, we are not only conveying a message, but shaping the way it is received and internalized by the listener. Furthermore, it is essential to tailor the language to the target audience. If a doctor uses overly technical terms to explain a diagnosis, they risk leaving the patient confused and alienated. The true art of dialogue lies in communicating clearly and accessibly, ensuring that the message is understood and assimilated by all involved. The art of dialogue is a subtle dance between words, ideas, and perceptions. It is like a game of synergy, where every move counts and every word resonates. Let's be honest. When you seek a lawyer to resolve a legal issue, you expect them to speak a language you understand. If they start spouting complex legal jargon, you feel lost, as if trying to decipher a code without a key. The same applies to any human interaction. Speaking the other person's language is crucial. Simplicity is key. It's not the time to impress with elaborate vocabulary or complicated concepts. Dialogue should be accessible, like a conversation between friends, even if the subject is serious or technical. Use specialized terminology only when you're sure your interlocutor will understand it. Moreover, perception is crucial. What you're trying to convey may not be exactly what the other person is understanding. Imagine yourself as a salesman trying to sell a product. If you're not achieving the desired results, maybe it's time to rethink your approach. Perhaps it's necessary to change the language, strengthen the message, or adopt the power of metaphors and stories. Recently, I had a client who was focused solely on the present, without considering the past or the future. I told him, "You may be talking to the current client, but you're really talking about what you did with last week's client." This is a metaphorical strategy that invites the client to engage with your ideas, much like a parent dialoguing with a child. Ultimately, the goal is to encourage action and change. Now, something crucial that we all must understand. We are judged by three things: our appearance, what we say, and how we say it. Superficial communication gets us nowhere, like when we ask for sparkling water and receive still water. Many people remain stagnant in life because they can't communicate effectively. Communication is the glue that holds the world together. It's essential for sharing ideas and information, and for the young people watching us, a special message. Youth is a choice. It's not just about age, but attitude. Even someone who is 60 can maintain a youthful energy by always looking forward, thinking about what they can still achieve. When we maintain this positive focus, our body and mind remain full of energy and vitality. It's all a matter of perspective and determination. The hourglass, with its sand that hasn't fallen, that which is falling, and that which has already fallen, is a rich metaphor for understanding time and the present moment. It's as if we're in constant dialogue with the past, the present and the future, all interconnected in intriguing and often unpredictable ways. The present is a divine gift, a unique moment where life happens. But how many of us are truly present in the present? It's as if we're constantly distracted by technology, by the clock, by the noise of the ringing mobile phone. We don't live the moment, and then we wonder why we feel sick, tired, unable to find peace and concentration. Returning to the hourglass analogy, the future, the sand that hasn't fallen, influences the present in subtle and powerful ways. When we visualize our future goals and dreams, the present becomes more vibrant, more alive. If you have a trip planned for a month from now, suddenly each day becomes an exciting countdown. The future shapes the present in ways we don't always perceive. How often do we anticipate an event, only to find that the anticipation was more exciting than the event itself? The anticipation of the party often surpasses the party itself. This teaches us that having goals and dreams for the future can make the present more meaningful, more captivating. But, on the other hand, if we only live in the present without goals or perspectives for the future, we risk stagnating, like addicts who only care about immediate satisfaction. It's important to understand that the present also has the power to recreate the past. Every choice we make, every action we take in the present, shapes not only the future but also how we perceive the past. If we are aware and present, we can rewrite our narrative, turning past experiences into lessons of growth and empowerment. So let us learn from the hourglass, recognizing the importance of being present in the current moment, visualizing our dreams for the future, and understanding the power that the present has to shape not only the future, but also the past. May we live each moment with awareness, gratitude, and purpose, knowing that we are the artisans of our own story. The story of the 70-year-old lady seeking assistance amidst a divorce made me deeply reflect on the complexity of life and the importance of a fresh perspective. Listening to her narrative, I could discern the layers of pain, resentment, and sadness surrounding her relationship with the estate where her aunt passed away. She shared her married life, marked by a routine of work and leisure moments at the estate with her husband. However, the tragedy of her aunt's sudden death brought forth a profound sorrow, manifesting as an aversion to the place where the event occurred. This aversion eventually led to a rift between her and her husband, culminating in an impending divorce. When questioned about her reluctance to return to the estate, I suggested a new interpretation of the events. Perhaps the aunt chose that location to depart as a way of gifting her niece, demonstrating affection and offering her a new perspective on life and death. This idea resonated deeply with the lady, prompting her to reconsider her relationship with the estate. Through candid and sincere dialogue, exploring this new interpretation and the emotions behind her aversion to the place, she gradually began to see the estate not as a site of pain and sadness, but as a space of precious memories and familial love. In the end, she made the courageous decision to return to the estate, facing her fears and resentments. Since then, her relationship with her husband began to strengthen, and she found a newfound inner peace that had eluded her before. This experience taught me that we cannot change the past, but we can change how we interpret it and how we choose to live in the present and the future. By freeing ourselves from the burden of resentment and the past, we make room for a more promising future, filled with love, forgiveness, and acceptance. I suggest we focus on the future, as that is where we will spend the remainder of our lives. By forgiving those who have hurt us in the past, we not only release a burden from our shoulders, but also open the doors to a future of endless possibilities and personal growth. The story of the writer by the seaside and the young man tossing starfish back into the ocean is a powerful reminder of the importance of making a difference, even in the face of great adversity. This narrative, rich in symbolism, echoes as a call to action and compassion amid the vast scenery of life. I envision the writer walking along the beach, lost in his own thoughts, when he encounters the young man on his humble mission to rescue the starfish. The dialogue between them reflects the duality between common sense and personal determination. The writer, representing the voice of pragmatic reason, questions the effectiveness of the gesture in the face of the multitude of starfish on the beach, while the young man, with his resilience and compassion, responds with the conviction that each saved starfish makes a significant difference. This story resonates deeply with me because it reveals the beauty and importance of simple acts of kindness and compassion in a world that is often challenging and unpredictable. Just as the young man was not deterred by the magnitude of the task before him, we must remember that even the smallest actions can have a significant positive impact on someone's life. At the end of the video, when I invite viewers to share if the message made a difference in their lives, I am inviting each person to reflect on the transformative power of the words and actions we encounter along the way. If only one person feels inspired or encouraged by what was shared, then the purpose will have been fulfilled. Therefore, in conclusion, I express my sincere wish that new horizons open up for each viewer, and that they find along their journey the light of hope and wisdom to illuminate each step. By clicking on the videos that appear on the screen, I am guiding them towards new sources of inspiration and knowledge, in the hope that they continue their journey of self-discovery and personal growth. Now, as we bid farewell to this chapter, I humbly ask that you consider leaving a record of your passage here. A like, a subscription to the channel, and a comment are simple yet significant gestures that help us continue sharing stories and inspiration with the world. May the light of knowledge continue to shine in your hearts, guiding you towards a future full of possibilities and growth. Until we meet again, may the journey be filled with adventures and discoveries. Thank you for sharing this moment with me. Until next time, Life Explorers.